The reviewer, the review, the reviewer, the reviewer, the reviewer, the review, the reviewer, the reviewer, the reviewer.
What's going on, y'all? The reviewer is here, and I'm back to give y'all this album review of Tre-8 called Dey Scared of Me. Now, in case y'all don't know who Tre-8 was, he's like I should say a legendary rapper from New Orleans, Louisiana. He was affiliated with Master P, No Limit Records back in the day with the classic Ghetto Stories album, but that's another topic. This right here is, I believe, his third debut album. This is under Smoke One Records. I also want to say rest in peace to Tre-8. He don't get the credit he deserves, man, coming from Louisiana, you know what I'm saying? So this is the real deal. Y'all have no idea how long it took for me to get this CD right here, man. So with that being said, be on the lookout for more Tre-8 albums that I'll bring to light in the future. All right, let's give the people the credits who made the beats for this album. It was Tre-8 himself. It was Precise, Ozone, Mr. Chifa, and Ice Mike. And the features, I'll say them as I go down the songs. All right, let's go with the songs now. The first one is just an intro, and it's a crazy skit, man. They pretty much breaking into a safe and stuff like that. The next one is Nighttime Falls, or Fright Night Part 2. This features J-Dog. Now, if y'all remember the first Fright Night, that was on Ghetto Stories. That was like a classic album that featured Master P. That one of the hardest tracks that I ever heard from down south, period. And this one right here is just as dope, man. Bruh, this is easily one of the best tracks off of this album, if not the best track off of this album. The beat is pretty nice. Tre-8 comes through with some dope flows, man. J-Dog did well is also, and then that third verse, Tre-8, man, I don't even think he took a breath when he rap on here. The way he flows on there is just freaking insane, man. If you haven't heard this song before, I will highly recommend checking this song out, man. This gotta be one of the hardest tracks that Tre-8 ever made, man, after No Limit Records, of course. I mean, the song alone is worth the freaking album. That's all I want to say to that. Definitely fire, man. The next one is called Down South Hustler. This feature Zeta, that's a female artist. This song is pretty dope, and Tre-8 coming through with some nice flows, and Zeta does well on this track as well. And this song pretty much saying, you know, they hustling, trying to make ends meet and blah, blah, blah. And then the next one is called I Tried to Told You. This track is like a party bounce style. Y'all know New Orleans is known for that bounce style. And Tre-8 come through with some pretty solid vocals, and the beat is pretty nice as well. The next one y'all waiting for is True to the Game. Now, this song is actually a diss to Master P from why he left the label. And it ain't on no, you know, dissing with punchlines and metaphors and stuff like that. He's actually rapping about what happened between him and P. If you listen to the lyrics on here, he explained about royalty checks and stuff like that. I ain't gonna get too much into the depth with the song. Y'all have to hear it. And it's a really dope track though. I mean, he still gives shout out to Silk, C Murder, Mia X, but he just had a problem with Master P on the situation. So if you're into diss tracks, you'll definitely like this one. And it's, like I said, it's not on no punchline metaphor disses. He's actually rapping from a personal level. So the next one is called I Represent, and this is a really dope track right here. The hook goes, I represent, it's like this, is like that. Niggas talking, put the hood on the map, something like that. But the hook is dope. Tre-8 come through with his lyrical style that he come through, and the flows, the lyrics is on point. You know what I mean? And the beat is laid back too. And it takes you back in that 90s 7 vibe, man. When you hear it, you love it, man. Then the next one is that Southern Funk. This is a really nice track as well, and he coming through with some pretty nice flows, and I believe it's Miss Kim who's singing on the hook. If I'm wrong, please feel free to correct me. Something to lay back to. Past the 9 is a really dope track here, and I'm digging this track right here. It's kind of, the beat sounds kind of dark, and Tre-8 comes through with some dope flows, crazy lyrics that he's spitting on there, you know what I mean? Like I said, if y'all know Tre-8, he can get lyrical on the mic. They say down south rappers don't have lyrics, but anyway. The next one is called Half of Me, and this beat is produced by Ice Mike, and I think he raps on here too. I'm not too sure, I can't remember, but this song is really nice. I love this one right here, and Tre-8 is pretty much sending a shout out to the ones that pass away and stuff like that. It got you thinking, man, on some deepness, even though the beat is bumping. I mean, that bass line on there is just out the frame. So one of my personal favorite tracks off of the album, That's How It's Gonna Happen. This is another tight track from Tre-8, and the beat is nice, kind of laid back in a way, but not really. But Tre comes through with some dope lyrics, man. Again, he comes through with the lyrical skills that he's known for, and he comes through on point. Then the next one, the actual song is called Dey Scared of Me. This is a really nice track right here. It's more like, it sounds like an amp get buck type of deal. I'm saying that in quotes because the hook is really nice. I really think they're scared of me. I said they scared, something like that. And then Tre-8 comes through with some really nice verses off of this track. The beat is nice as well. The next one is called I Gets Wicked. This is a really dope track right here, man. This is probably one of my personal favorites off of the album. The beat is so sinister on there, man, and Tre-8 coming through with some dope flows, man. And I'm like, I'm listening to it like, man, this dude was talented, man, with the flows and the lyrics. You know what I mean? And the hook is really catchy too. So this is one track that y'all gotta peep out for sure. The next one is I Fade Them All. This is another dope track from Tre-8. And again, he coming through with the lyrical skills that he's known for on the mic. And the beat is nice as well. You already know what time it is when it comes to this track. And then Jealousy. This features Alizé and Mr. Chifa. This song is pretty straight, it's not bad. I believe it's Alizé that sings the vocals on the hook. And Tre-8 comes through with some nice flows. Alizé does well with her verse and Mr. Chifa. And they're pretty much talking about the jealousy in this game, the drug game, you name it. The beat is kind of laid back. And then the next one, I'm gonna go down to Sold Up. This track is pretty nice. This features Caesar and 9 Glock. If you hear this song, you already know, we got it sold up and all that good stuff. They all come through with some dope verses, and the beat is pretty solid for the most part. The last one is called Hustling's My Hobby, and this features Caesar, Low Nick, and G Spade. This is a good track right here. They sample old school joint. I believe it's Houdini, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it's that song. I can't remember. But if y'all hear it, y'all probably know. Tre-8 comes through with some dope flows. Caesar, Lil Nick, and G Spade, especially G Spade. I believe that's the last one that raps. And he comes through with a dope verse, and that beat is nice. It's a nice way to end off the album. All right, that's all the songs that I review for this album. To rate this out of a 10, I will give this a solid 8.5 to a 9. I'll give it an 8.75 out of a 10. And I can say Tre-8, man, he holds his own really good off of this album, man. And it's a really dope album after he left No Limit. I mean, I know it would have been hard to top Ghetto Stories, which again is a true classic. I'm still trying to find that CD, so just bear with me on that. This album right here is really good as well. Some people say that he's known for dissing Master P, but it's much more to it than that, because he only dissed him on one song and he has like 18 tracks. So when someone tried to say that, I'm like, man, y'all haven't even heard the album to even make that conclusion. With that being said, if you trying to find this CD, good luck. Because it's not on the streams, and I believe someone did upload the full album. With that being said, this is why I prefer buying CDs sometimes, because any album that's not on the streams is really good to get, and I love hearing music that's not on the stream. With that being said, rest in peace to Tre-8 for coming out with a dope album. And if y'all haven't heard this one before, y'all can hear the full-length album on YouTube. I'll put that link in the description box for those that haven't heard it yet. Shout out to all the producers and all the features. All right, much love to the real folks, and I'll be on here back with another review. All right, peace out, guys.